Life Essentials, not just another military brief, is something that I'm very passionate about. So I, Whitney Cross, have some main points to cover today. The career and goals that I have for this presentation, the DISC results, communication barriers, resources and strategies, the action plan, and then my conclusion. So the position that I really have in mind for doing a presentation like this is the community readiness specialist. And this position comes along military men and women and their families with resources to help them with their needs, planning for the future, retirement, everything like that. And so through the avenue of presenting it to the large masses, one-on-ones, it's helping the individuals apply the life essentials to their lives, and then also connecting them with the resources that they need to do so. So some of the goals would be the potential for delivery, which is the commander's calls, squadron training, readiness days, and monthly life essential conferences, which would be the larger speaking engagements. Some of the briefing resources given during the briefing would be families, information on them, living, finances, and their career opportunities. The overarching goal for doing this is because I want to meet military men and women right where they're at. So if that's transitioning out of the military, if it's, their spouses need employment, if their family is struggling financially, or any other need that they might have, because just like anybody else, there are so many struggles nowadays, and there are so many resources available to them. And then providing military personnel with these life essentials, and deliver it in a unique way. That is the main thing, is to deliver it in a unique way so that they will retain the information, and then they will also want to hopefully take an action step, which would be at the end of the presentation given. So the behavior blend and background, I was the DISC, which is, I just missed the I, D, S, and C, which the D is directing, driving, demanding, dominating, determined, decisive, doing. The S is steady, stable, shy, security-oriented, servant, submissive, specialist. The C, which I have to go back to that specialist because oddly enough it lined up with this position. So yeah, fun stuff. The C, cautious, competent, calculating, compliant, careful, and contemplative. And some of the positive communications that are in this that would be me, would be that I like helping people if they're hesitant or need some assurance in what they're doing. And I am able to motivate people publicly. I do like speaking in front of people. Though my uniqueness is found in public speaking and inspiring people on a larger level. And then I can challenge a crowd through my dreams and my research, which I definitely get passionate about that. And it does tell me that whenever possible, I should take advantage of the larger groups to share my dreams, warmth, and wise counsel, because God has done a lot in my life so that I can share that with others. Some of the struggles in my communication are I plan and prepare and don't always communicate it that well when I'm in front of people. I don't have that great of communication skills or a very good public persona, so I need to work on that. I have many good traits, but lack enthusiasm and excitement when speaking to large crowds, which can be true depending on the crowd. I can sometimes seem unfriendly, can possibly be true, and I try to avoid speaking, again, depending on where I'm at in the crowd in front of me. Some of the communication barriers that I've identified are personal barriers, which would be tasks before people. I tend to think of the task instead of the person. I give too much information and it's not well organized. My face reveals everything, and I did put sometimes it's not in a good way. I do need to be more disclosing of myself, and that would be very pertinent because I want people to know that I've been through this just as much as they have. some of the non-me barriers would be communicating to a military audience. You have men, women, ethnicities, religious backgrounds. Someone can be from North Dakota, and then somebody can be from New York City. Their rank can vary, their marital status, their gender preference. There's a lot of barriers just within that. Some of the listening blockers, some of the airmen have been to so many different briefings that they come in and, okay, I've already heard it before. Oh, okay, yeah, great. So they've heard it before. They aren't already grasping the mission and vision of the Air Force. They have work to do, so they're thinking about that instead of paying attention to the presentation. They may be sitting for long periods of time, so then they're squirmy or what have you on that one. And then how often they have to go to these presentations or, commander's calls and stuff like that can provide a difficulty. Some of the resources and strategies that I would utilize is what I recall the reverse basic listening technique, which through the reading, it's acknowledge the speaker, ask questions, and then kind of share your feelings through what they're saying. However, with this, I would acknowledge that we are at another brief, so just get that out of the way and have some fun with it. And then I would ask the audience questions to make sure that they're listening and to also engage them in what is going on. And then share my feelings, my personal story, that self-disclosure that was in the DISC test. And then my action plan for keeping the audience with me, per se, would be to organize my information well, provide convicting statistics, especially in the finances, develop a concise slideshow, practice my delivery so that it is fun, there's eloquence there, and of course if I mess up, it's not going to hurt anything, and they'll know that I'm human. Use voice inflection because, I don't know about you, but the monotone people, I don't want to put anybody asleep. And then, of course, eye contact. I would definitely be looking out at the audience and making sure that they're seeing me and that they know that I'm seeing them. My fun thing to do would be to hand out little prizes. I don't know exactly what they would be, but it would be something along the lines of the presentation. So that'll be to come. And I would also be reading the audience's body language because that's a huge thing. I would add jokes in there to have some more fun, utilize my personal accounts, engage the audience again with the questions so that I make sure that they're with me, that they're hearing the information, that they're retaining the information, of course. And then I would also like to provide a note card or something where they can take a little questionnaire that could be handed in so that I can see what they need, if I can call them, or what they took away from the presentation. So in conclusion, I would love to have this position because I think our Air Force, our military in general, the men and women, they know that there are resources out there, but they don't know how to go about getting them. And I would love to provide it in a large-scale way to deliver the life essentials to military men and women in a new and engaging way in order to see their lives changed for good. I would acknowledge my weaknesses and the audience's weaknesses prior to going in it, and then providing concise and pertinent information through visuals and verbal means, and then also call the audience to action, which would be having them make an appointment for a one-on-one, or come join one of the classes, or stop by anytime, or grab a pamphlet or something. So I look forward to this, and I thank you for all the resources.